What's up guys, my name is Dean, aka the Blue Crusader, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be showing you how to actually increase your FPS on Fortnite. So if this guide helps you, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe. So if you want to support the channel, you can actually support us now by going to the item shop, clicking on support a creator and typing in the code the Blue Crusader. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Each month we do giveaways as well, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on those giveaways. But we're going to get into the guide. So first of all, if you want to increase FPS on Fortnite, maybe it's because you have a lower end machine or an old computer, or maybe you're just having problems with other softwares that are causing your FPS to drop. Now I'm going to show you what I did in this video to actually increase FPS. Luckily I did build a new PC though, because originally I had a really bad PC which couldn't actually run Fortnite at anything more than 25 or 30 FPS, which was horrible. But I did build a new machine and I get around 120 FPS now. I could probably get more if I used all these methods. I'm going to be showing you some methods which I used and some methods which I have not used but are confirmed working by other people. There's a lot of ways you can actually improve FPS in Fortnite. Maybe you're on a low end machine or cheap machine and can't afford to build a powerful gaming PC, or maybe you have a good PC but you want more seamless gameplay and higher FPS. But either way, I've got you covered in this video. So first of all, I'm just going to go over my settings. We're just going to drop in, I'm going to show you which video settings I have. So I have the default 1920 by 1080. I do run on windowed full screen, which is kind of not really too much of a big deal. It doesn't impact anything. Now, one important thing is you want to turn the frame rate limit to unlimited. This means that there's no cap on the FPS. It can just go as high as your computer can actually run Fortnite. So if your computer's amazing, you might have 250 FPS. If your computer's good, like mine, you might have like 120 to 150, which is what I get, or 160. Just put it on unlimited and then it won't cap it at a smaller level like 60 FPS. You can run it higher. It doesn't really matter too much, especially if you haven't got like a 144Hz monitor. But put it on unlimited anyway, it'll definitely improve the performance. The next thing is 3D resolution. You can turn this down and it will increase the FPS, but I'd keep it on 100% or your game's going to look bad. But the next few settings I'm going to show you will make the game still look good, but it'll definitely improve performance. So turning view distance down, usually it'll start on epic. You want to turn it down to either near or medium. I've got it on medium and I can still see super far in the map. On medium I can see as far as I need to see, and I can still hit long range snipes without impacting performance. The next one, shadows. You don't need shadows. This is just to make the game look really nice. If you've ever played the game on full epic, I can run full epic on around 60 constantly, so 60 FPS on epic, and it looks super nice. Game's fun to play on, but I prefer to just keep it so I get higher FPS. So put shadows off, you don't need them. Anti-aliasing, you don't need those at all. Textures, you want textures at a decent level so the game doesn't look horrible, but you want them not too high so that it doesn't lag your game. I found medium's kind of a good bridge between the two. The game still looks good, but it doesn't impact performance. Post-processing you can turn on low, really doesn't matter. VSync you want to turn off, and motion blur you want to turn off, because when it lags with motion blur and VSync, it makes the game look horrible and you get more of those horrible lag spikes which we don't want. Show FPS you want on. It doesn't increase your FPS, it just shows you what the value is so you know whether the settings are working and helping your machine. But usually it's quite obvious if you don't get lag that the FPS is good, but showing the value itself just shows the actual potential of your machine. So this is why I chose them. You can also go on a lot of pro settings, you can look at pro settings on the internet, but most of them have really good machines. I did actually copy some of the pro settings and kind of mix them between my two, so I think I looked at Ninja's, T-Fuse, and then kind of experimented with my own sort of settings, so it was a mix between those two. You can find their settings on websites on the internet. If the settings above didn't work for you guys though, with lower end PCs or those who are looking for a serious boost in performance, then here's some more advanced tips which I'm going to give you. So if you're running Fortnite on a laptop or a gaming laptop, I'd recommend switching the battery mode to high performance mode and make sure you're up to date with the Windows update. Apparently that's been reported as working and it's increased a lot of people's FPS on laptops. Obviously Windows updates improve the performance of the operating system itself, which may cause your system not to lag as much, and turn it to high performance mode, well, that's pretty self-explanatory. So the first step I'm actually going to talk about is going to Nvidia control panel. You can do this by right clicking the system tray on your desktop and clicking Nvidia control panel. Now the reason we want to actually go to this is there's a few different settings we can toy with. I'm not going to actually mess with them myself because I don't need to, but I'm going to show you how you can actually do it. So then you want to go on the left here to manage 3D settings. This is super important. And so now once you're in manage 3D settings, you want to select program settings on this little tab here, and once you've done that, you want to go to Fortnite. Now Fortnite might not be in the list by default, but usually it will be. So what you want to do is you need to wait, because these three dots mean it's loading. Basically this will auto detect all the games you've got, especially if they're part of the Nvidia experience software or detected on that, then the game should detect. Now we're waiting for this to load. This should have a list of all the games and programs you have open, and this will allow you to customize Fortnite. Now if Fortnite's not actually on there, all you do is just click add, and what you do is you'd find the game exe on Fortnite. And sometimes you don't even need to find the directory to select that, because it'll actually be in a list you can just add. Especially if the process is open like it is for me, you can actually just add it straight to the list. So I can just show you now that it's loaded, and you'll see that Fortnite hasn't actually popped up. Now what we need to do is just click this add button here. This is what I actually thought would happen, and this will allow us to add the game directly. If you've actually got it open like me, which I have currently, you can just double click on Fortnite and it'll add the game. Now it will be using by default the global settings, which are in this tab here on the left, but if we change them, it'll obviously use settings for that specific process. Now you can change the maximum pre-rendered frames down here. You want to change this to 1. Now there's a lot less settings than originally were on here, so I'm just going to go through the other ones you need. Now one of the most important ones is power management mode. What you want is you want to select prefer maximum performance, because obviously this won't save as much power, but it will definitely make the game run a lot quicker. So texture filtering quality is also extremely important. You want to go to texture filtering and go down to quality. You want to obviously press performance, everything you kind of want to put on performance. And there should be another setting called vertical sync or V-sync, which we actually turned off in Fortnite anyway, but you can also do the same to turn it off in Nvidia. You want to disable that, so click off, and you don't want to use the global setting. Threaded optimization you want to turn on. That actually improves the performance. This is to do with the threads in your CPU, which you don't really need to worry about what it does, you just need to disable the setting. Then what you want to do is you want to apply the settings now that you've changed them, and you want to go off this window. You can also go into your taskbar below. Sometimes there's actually a process here which I haven't got, but there's a process called OneDrive, and it should be around here. It's actually a Microsoft process, and you want to right click it and click exit. This is a file cloud uploading system, so it's like a Microsoft cloud based file service. And one thing you can do, alternatively you can press Ctrl Shift and Escape to go to Task Manager, click Startup at the top, and Microsoft OneDrive you want to right click and click Disable. Now I've already done this, but it should say Disable here, and that'll mean when your Windows starts up, this service won't be available. Only keep it on startup if you actually use it, because I don't even use this, and you can still close it in the system tray below if you still want it to open and you still use it. Another thing what you can do is click here on the search bar in the Windows Explorer and type in temp. Then you can Ctrl and A and just press delete and delete everything in this temp folder. What this will do is it'll kind of cause less clogging on your hard drive, and for some people it actually increases performance, because a lot of softwares kind of dump random files that are kind of unnecessary and can be easily deleted without any problems, and they just dump them in the temp folder, and deleting them will sometimes increase performance. Another tip is Google Chrome. Now when you've got Google Chrome open, sometimes the Google Chrome icon will be here in the bottom left of the system tray. You want to right click on it if it's there, and you want to click untick allow Chrome to run in the background, and this will automatically close it. Because when you close Chrome, sometimes whether certain extensions are causing this or if Chrome's causing it itself, it'll stay open in the background and it'll still hog your CPU, because Chrome hogs a whole bunch of CPU and you won't even know that it's open in the background. You can also optimize your graphics manually if you have the Nvidia GeForce Experience, but this usually puts it on the highest settings your graphics card can run, and we kind of want to put it on kind of low or medium settings just to boost the FPS, so I wouldn't really recommend this. There's also another software called IOBit Game Booster, which also boosts your FPS and speeds up your system. And probably the last biggest tip I can give you is downloading or switching to an antivirus which is gaming optimized. So there's a lot of gaming antiviruses out there. You want to make sure it still has good reviews and still detects a lot of viruses though, but you want to get a game oriented antivirus that won't hog a lot of CPU, because antiviruses, what they'll usually do is they'll automatically scan when you're in a game, so it will cause your FPS to drop, and also they'll really hog your CPU with the scanning and certain other things. So you want something that's not really intensive on your CPU, and you want something that doesn't run while you're playing a game. So I hope these tips helped you. So if they did help you, please take a moment to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. I've done videos on how to build and how to aim on Fortnite as well, and I do a lot of Fortnite guides. I also upload reaction videos, gaming videos, vlogs, and a lot of different content every single day. You'll see around 1 to 3 videos a day from me. So if you want more videos like this, whether it be Fortnite or the others, then definitely do take the time to subscribe. It only takes a second and it'd mean a lot, and also it gives you the opportunity to have access to the monthly giveaways, which are only available to my subscribers, and they're in the description of every single video each month when they're available. Like I said before, you can also use the creator code thebluecrusader in the Fortnite item shop as well, if you do want to support the channel, and you can actually win skins on Fortnite or Steam games in the giveaways each month. So thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.
Damn, son. Let me begin. I came to win. Battle me, that's a sin. I won't tell a sack up. Punk, you better back up. Try